that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Sing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game.
Oh no, I didn't update that.
I believe in you, that's what
Imagine being
say.
first.
Nice.
Okay, that's all working. I need to update the name of the video. I just got back. Been able to add. Dime. The new name of this. Imagine being first. Congratulations, Lou. Make this a reasonable size. There we go. I'm so sorry for interrupting your live queue. I know. I didn't have time to the stream in advance, so no one had any warning. I mean, other than the fact that it was scheduled on the community post. So I'll give people some time to show up. I decided to go to the store in between getting off work and coming home. You can have all the time. But penguins gotta eat, you know? It's been a while since we've seen one of these on-site tournament games. With their fancy custom tile set tag battles, both players picking Max and Kindle. I should know what this tile set is. It looks really familiar to me. Except I think the roads. Oh, gosh. Super Famicom Wars. Safe for work. My keyboard. And you can see Christian's offline. The HeatherFrandall idle offline. Or idle online. I think that's what the yellow dot means. Or no? Oh, you mean Super Famicom Wars? That just means that Heather's not looking at this. Okay, time to hop into it. This is... I don't know if it tells me the round. Round 5. Quack Cup 2. Division 4. Christian 1 versus HeatherFrandall. They both chose Max and Kindle as their COs. This is a tag, and is a really strange map. And in Advanced Wars by Web, tag works by having the front CO, in this case is Max for both players, being able to activate their powers if they have enough charge, and also having their daily or their day-to-day active. And then the CO in the back just gets 50% of the charge that the front CO gets. That's all they get when they're in the back. And at the end of your turn, you can swap which CO is active. And when you swap COs, that will end your power. So if you use Max's normal power, normally you would end your turn and that would stay active throughout your opponent's turn, which would mean that you'd have those buffs, but also that you couldn't gain charge. So you can, in tag, you can swap at the end when you do your power turn, so that you can always gain charge on your opponent's turns, which is very good. Now, in the game that tag comes from, which is Dual Strike, there were special dual strike mechanics you could do if both COs had full charge. You could do back-to-back turns and stuff like that. That's not a thing in Advanced Wars by Web. Just in time. Yeah, I got here at 5, so, or maybe like 4:58. So I got the stream up just in time. Yeah, and COs would also get certain bonuses. I am West Coast. Howdy, howdy. And then this tournament's other gimmick, because tag wasn't gimmicky enough, is that all of the maps, and there's also, every map has a different tile set, which is also a gimmick, but another gimmick on top of that is all the maps are some sort of take on the classic map, Shadows Chase You Endlessly. So it's a triple gimmick tournament. It's kind of hard to see the Shadows Chase You Endlessly completely on this map. Well, you have the little airport islands with the comm towers. That's still true, but now there's 2 bases on that island. And you do still have this side passage over here. So I guess, okay, this part is pretty much just shadows chase you endlessly. No idea what this nonsense is. Down the middle, this is just completely added in. Is this shadows chase you caustically? Or is this chasing shadows of the past? Shadows chase you caustically would be amazing. What we need is shadows chase you endlessly, but all properties are bases, and then all bases are properties. That would be. Or our cities. That would be very bad. But you could do it. It's my favorite type of game to review. I'm not sure. I do enjoy some gimmicky games. But we'll hop into this. It's definitely a hard map to read. I don't like how these bases are so close to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but they're not tank touching. So it's not so bad. They won't get caught into an endless fight of constant reinforcements. But it does mean it's going to be really easy to pass these two tiles. You're going to be overextended against this other base. So that would be something to look out for on this map, and the same for up here. Assume. And then also the airport's going to be really strong. This is going to go straight into the center for both players, as well as help control this area. Don't know what the black boats are going to do. But I'm sure the players will find some way of utilizing them. We'll see how this game goes. It's definitely hard to read the map. Yeah, definitely want to go for the neutral bases as fast as possible. Okay, this Christian did not move out this black boat. Heather did, so Heather might have a plan here. Christian going straight for the bases, which makes total sense. As does Heather. Okay, so Heather goes this way with the infantry rather than down here. So there could be some merit to going for these earlier before your opponent can try and prevent you with tank pressure. But also going for the airport fast would be really good. You think that a max Kindle team is going to win here? I think that's very likely. Now Christian moves out the black boat. Looks like Heather's just blocking this walk down, which is decent. That does actually stop this infantry in particular from making it to this property in 2 turns. Block. Okay, the 4 bases are online. Which is such a weird... For those that don't know, Shadows Chase You Endlessly is a 2-base map, so to suddenly have it be a 4-base map is really weird. You want to see more 0 air maps. For one CO to be like the day-to-day CO, and then the other one to have just a really strong power to be brought out, or just have 2 COs of the just double up, that way you can just constantly use that CO's power. Okay, here we go. We have HeatherFrandall going for a transport copter, which makes a lot of sense to me. There's a lot of properties sitting out in the middle here, and transport copter quickly, or even just going up here. Christian does have this tank. Now exerting some pressure over here, but Heather can just build a tank and protect all of these captures that are being planned here. Ooh. Okay, so the black boat does come down here and it blocks this transport copter from going straight into the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 could have dropped off to here. Would threaten either of these properties to be captured. So instead, I think it's going to just go up north. There's a pretty good block with the black boat. And the tank's kind of forced to be built here. Does indeed just go up here, drop off an infantry, those properties. There's the tank. And Christian did not go for a transport copter themselves. Well, this is really... Oh no! Really painful with these infantry. So when you're in this kind of situation and you have this black boat that can block your different avenues, you have to attack it in a way that like you can, no matter where it goes, you get an infantry pass. So double infantry over here just makes the black boat moving to this spot to block them just insanely good. It's just a huge traffic jam for Christian. We have the tank over here. Pressure on these potential captures. I don't think this capture could possibly happen anyway, but the tank will definitely help secure that. 2. I'm not quite sure where this... I mean, it's nice that the tank is on this property. I mean, kind of. I don't think Heather was able to step onto this property anyway. Maybe one. But the problem here is that it's really trapped in here due to being squished against these mountains and then a forest right here. So it loses a lot of the potential to scoot around here and then try and threaten these captures. Make Rachel a vanilla CO. Okay. I mean, even another well, Heather might be just feeling the pressure to build more tanks, but even another transport copter could be very useful on this map, considering there's quadruple base, and even when the black boat's not blocking access down here, it's still huge traffic jams. But yeah, this black boat does block here. Does a great job. It's denied this property for a really long time. Christian now goes for a transport copter. And you can see the difference with the approaches here, where there's an infantry per side. There's no doubling up, so the black boat can't completely deny travel. This was just built this turn. It has a little boost. Oh my gosh, the traffic jam is real. Ooh, Christian has swapped over to Kindle. Interesting. So I think that is because Christian decided not to move this tank, which will probably lose this tank because of it, but it will have a stronger counterattack. We'll see what Heather decides to do here. We could try and, or Heather can try and block in this tank with the infantry here and strike from the plains, and then have a backup tank come over to finish this guy off. Neil is everywhere. We could also strike from the road so that this infantry can't get picked off by these other infantry, but I think hit from the plains infantry here would be probably best. We'll see. Ooh. Well, there's no tank that can reach all of these infantry, so there's going to be some free shots for Christian. So Heather decides not to challenge the tank on the city. You can definitely, I mean, Kindle tanks on city are very intimidating, but you can still kill them. A mech gets built over here. Okay. I would not have thought a mech. That super can't defend these guys. There is a copter too. But once there's an anti-air here, it's going to be pretty painful. See where all these infantry are going. And this tank didn't get challenged. So we'll see if it stays here. It'll definitely die if it stays here another turn. Oh, was it? Oh, Heather was... Oh, Heather must have been Kindle, not Max last turn. There wasn't that attack on the tank on the city. Okay, Christian does get out of there with the tank. There's the anti-air. Heather's doing really well in the economic department thanks to being able to deny this area for so long. I just noticed that Christian didn't attack any of these infantry with the tank. I guess wanted to protect these own captures against the encroaching tank from across the way, rather than go for any of these free hits. Okay, I mean I can understand that. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the swap between Max and Kindle. And it might be that Heather wants to get a Kindle normal power first, so wants Kindle in front, get more charge, or just wants better counterattacks. Bam, bam. Oh, there's a content. It's like, there's no way. How would that happen without the content? 6-5 trade. Very painful. A very gutsy attack here. These guys are very vulnerable to being wiped out. And Christian swaps over to Kindle. Okay. They're still doing a great job economically. Strike, strike. Except that infantry. Goes for the tank first strike. This is where Heather would have liked to have been Max. That's okay. Ooh. Goes for the hit on the tank. Is going to try and block off access for this anti-air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can't just kill this infantry. Would have to kill... Well, can just kill this one, actually. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kill the copter. But the mech is here to try and get vengeance. Oh, I see. If Heather stays Kindle. Okay. Christian might be able... Maybe Christian can't even kill this infantry. It might be like Christian can't even kill this infantry. But even if Christian does kill the infantry, the anti-air would have to kill the copter here. And then Heather can stay Kindle and step onto the city with a mech to get the revenge hit. That is pretty fancy. And you remember the capture game is still somewhat ongoing. So an early Kindle normal power would be absolutely devastating, as it would interrupt every single ongoing capture. Well, Christian gets the 30% and kill again. And not over here. There was a sacrifice needed. The sacrifice was successful. This black boat's been doing such a good job of blocking this whole area up. Anti-air's just used on an infantry. Fortunate. So really good play by Heather there. And now Heather might be able to get the normal power. Might require some unfavorable attacks. But seeing how many vehicles are standing on properties, and I guess there's only one ongoing capture that gets interrupted, but man, that's a really good urban blight. This one too. I could see sacrificing the copter into the anti-air here. Except Heather is also setting themselves up for getting hit by an urban blight, so I don't think this is quite in the cards. I think I would have gone for it. We'll see if Christian ends up going for an urban blight here. A lot of stuff standing on properties. Okay, Copter's gonna try and stay connected. This does stop Heather from interrupting with infantry. Pretty cute. Okay, now they both have Urban Blight. Christian uses it. Does a pretty... I don't know if you can see how much damage. Oh, it did like 20,000 damage. So many sevens. Christian really should not move this tank onto this city. I mean, it's not the worst thing, because, I mean, the Urban Blight will knock it down to 1, and it will repair to 3. Could definitely be worse. But, like, shouldn't be on this lab, for sure. There gets this kill. Christian should probably have swapped from Kindle to Max in order to gain more charge and to be able to threaten to have a max power in response to all the damage that's happening here. We have an Urban Blight in response, which hits for a little bit less, but still has some pretty juicy hits in it. Ooh, the transport copter with an infantry in it. Oh no, a double kill. Painful. Right from the city. And the game's still looking pretty even after that, but there was some nice attacks there. Now Christian, you can see here Heather did swap to Max after the Kindle power, so Heather will be getting charge off of all of these attacks. Really nice charge advantage over Christian. That tank didn't die. Goes down. The city is still being captured. Okay, now that tank dies. We need to stick like a 5 health infantry here or something. There we go. Very nice. That's just to stop Heather from getting attacked from the city. The tiles are so dark. Thought it was a fog game. Bam, bam. So we might, since Heather didn't use... Oh no, this is still Christian's turn. Yeah, Christian, you can see how much the not swapping at the end really hurts the charge. So Heather almost has a super available here. Just uses the max normal power though. Primary's favorite tile set. Bop. Oh, there's not another copter to follow this up, so that means Heather's won the little copter war over here. We have a breakthrough. The top here, a lot of aggression in this area. Ooh, Heather's doing is threatening the really annoying thing where you finish your capture, but then they just take it right away. Yeah, you can use the arrow keys to advance the turns or the actions in the replay viewer, but you can only do that if you have the Advanced Wars by Web enhancements or a move planner enhancement. I don't know if it's even called that anymore. Installed. That's something that brings up or adds in, I'm pretty sure. Or it might not. That might just be E and Q. You can see here, Heather, after using the power, swapped over to Kindle to make sure to constantly get that additional charge. Used in Urban Blight. So killing off this black boat that's been doing such good work. Oof. Oh no, standing on the cities. I don't know why this tank stood on the city. That's just setting itself up to get hit by an Urban Blight. And Christian again didn't swap COs here. So they're going to be missing out on a lot of charge. Which is really hard to deal with. Blight breakthrough. This tank, kill it off. These captures, putting so much pressure. Oh, interesting. Okay, I thought the 9 health copter. This is such a weird. And just kill off this copter with this 9 health copter, and then you can block with like a transport copter, or the infantry can strike from the mountain here to block this copter from coming in. A little weird. That's okay. And then again, Heather swaps over to Max, making sure to constantly be gaining that charge, which has been doing a number. The black boat does finally go down. Shouldn't go so wary with this, because Heather is, or does have a max power, or is about to have a max power available. And so the mech is now in range of a tank. Okay. Bop. There is now a possible max power, and we see it right there. And kill off the infantry with these 2 infantry. Anti-air kills off that one. In comes a copter with mech. Finish off that tank. Tank smacks the anti-air. Tank smacks the tank. Oh, the 1 health infantry failed the roll. Christian holds. Do break through here to interrupt this capture. The tank just one-shots that infantry. And then 2 tanks can come in here and kill this tank on the city. It's looking very painful. And then Heather swaps over to Kindle. So this is the one thing that seems to have really hurt Christian in this game so far, is not swapping the COs to get that continual charge. Like, we haven't seen Max use a power yet, and Heather's been using a power every single turn for quite a while. Well, there might have been one turn in there without a power, but it's kind of like back to back to back to back. Just because you can gain charge on the turn that your opponent's counterattacking. There we go. Now Christian swaps COs. Max is pretty much primed to use a super. But at the end of Christian's turn, behind in income, behind in unit value, but just kind of where they should be in terms of unit count, which is good. Those other 2, very painful. The Green Army does just kind of blend in really well. I sadly cannot change the armies on the website. The mech gets another kill. Heather uses an Urban Blight. Some pretty good hits in there. Helps interrupt this capture first. Kill off that tank. Kill off that tank. You can get to hit that tank. I think there is not an uninjured vehicle for Christian left. While Christian will be maxed, the artillery will still get to fire. Absolutely devastating at the end of Heather's turn. Over double the unit value. And then swaps over to max. And we'll be able to use a max power, assuming Christian can do enough damage. Is there a color? There might be a colorblind extension that lets you change the armies. I have never used that, but I'll look into that for the future. Comes in just to hit the tank. That's a really weird attack. That's in range of an anti-air. Okay. But at this point, I think Christian might be just getting a little desperate or exasperated. Here we go. We get the max normal power. Interrupt the capture. Cobalt Ice against Blue Moon. I've walked by opponents' properties thinking they yeah. Everything gets put together very nicely. It looks like for some reason Christian's turn here is not recorded, but was just targeting these anti-airs as best as possible. Only did like 11k or 12k damage. Killed 1 unit. Built 4 units. Only gained like, what is that? 18k value. Very painful. This city doesn't get captured. Tank is finished off. This tank, this anti-air is going to be super doomed, but we'll see what it decides to attack. In the meantime, tanks are getting wiped out. Yeah, this is looking really good for Heather. It has been for a little while here, and really it's mostly come down to the much better power management. Constantly having a power ready. When the Neo tank broke onto the field, the anti-air decided not to attack anything. It could probably attack the infantry. Got the pipe runner and a missile, and then pass the turn. Okay. Either Urban Blights the pipe runner and missile. Finishes off a bunch of units with properties. This is super GG. You can see from the pipe runner missile. I'm not quite sure why Christian didn't resign. Unless there's going to be some attempt to build like another missile or something. There we go. And there's the resign. GG. Very well played by Heather. I really liked that black boat placement. And again, I really liked the swapping between the COs so much to make sure there's pretty much always a power available. It's really hard to come back when you get hit by Urban Blight and then Max Force and then Urban Blight and then Max Force. Is GG. I will now have to transition back to the play viewer. 1 second. Be right back. Hello. Oh my. Oh, I know this map. This was the map that chat had me played Sammy versus Von Bolt and High Funds on. That did not go well. But here we're going to see Sensei versus Eyes of... forgot how to say the name. So Eyes of... I think it might be JTQWN. Buttery smooth. Sensei, yeah, this is High Funds. Although I'm pretty sure in High Funds, Sensei is a tier above Andy. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, they've been messing with the tiering of High Funds for quite a bit. Andy is tier 2, Sensei is tier 1. Oh, but there's no airport, so Sensei gets moved down a tier. I see. Well, with no airports, I would suspect Andy can probably hold against Sensei. We'll see. Spoken like a true Andy. The only winning move against Sensei is not to play. We'll see how this goes. Now, there's going to be a lot of infantry, which will be good for... well, a decent number of infantry for now. Very quickly. But right now, it's very good for Sensei. These guys will be able to bully Andy's infantry very easily. We do have a fast APC. ForgotToShoot. We have the double tank for Eyes of. And the indirect sound promising here. Sensei has no air to wall break. That could be good. Although Sensei usually is the one that goes for a lot of them. Just because he's got so much free cannon fodder that he gets. Here's our first artillery. On the map. Oh, no, actually, there's this one too. Looks like they might be both going for the same lock on this property. Yeah, okay. Going for the same thing there. There hasn't been any conflict yet, so no charge for these Sensei normal powers to flood the map. Ooh. Eyes of just lets this, their yellow comet comes in, hits this penguin. No fear. I mean, it is triple tank against single tank. There's not much that ForgotToShoot can really do to hold this. That is true that the one base will have a hard time dealing with the infantry spam. But I imagine the heavy vehicles for Andy will work out pretty well, because this is a no comm tower map. So that means that of that flat minus 10% attack, and they have to try and kill Andy's stuff. Which doesn't sound very pleasant to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forgot to shoot with a really weird play here. Oh, there's comm towers in the corner. Oh, never mind. They're just not active yet. What about those comm towers? Don't count. You understand? Yeah, that was a really weird place because this Neo tank was covering that tank. But it does give Forgot to Shoot enough charge to use the normal power, so it's not even necessarily bad. Because I mean, free infantry are free infantry. Pop. Should stand off of these cities. Comes the wave of infantry. Now 37 to 26 units. I think does get built down here. Huge army of penguins approach. Yeah, tank plus tank. Tank comes in here and hits here. Looking good. These Neo tanks are going to be very valuable for sure. Here comes what Ingagark was talking about. There's going to be well, there's not really that many infantry incoming yet, but there's start to be some pressure on this corner. It still has some very mighty, heavy vehicle composition right now. The things are certainly not looking bad. And he's able to deny these two cities, but does lose access to these center cities. And we do have the mega tank coming out for Izov. Hold against the incoming artillery attack. Ooh, a very nice infantry block to make it so this Neo tank can't make it up here. However, if Izov is able to get a normal power, or not normal power super, then this Neo tank will be able to reach instead. And I'd be a little worried about the normal power being, or not the normal power, the super coming into play here. Forgot to Shoot does bring the mega tank. We have a nice block with this infantry over here, so this tank just can't come over and smack the artillery. Okay, so Izov would need, I mean, almost 20k. That's kind of hard to get. Fall back over here. This is very difficult. Have a good one, Nova. Sorry about the internet problems. Okay, somehow the unit count is actually starting to equalize here, so I Forgot to Shoot's going to need to start cranking out some more attacks, yeah, to get the normal power. There we go. Now 60 against 35. That's more what Sensei wants to see. The high funds recon. Usually recons and high funds are an early game. Although against Sensei, it makes sense. Okay, it's a huge cluster of infantry and vehicles over on this one base side for Forgot to Shoot. I'm not quite sure what the goal is here. I would have thought that Forgot to Shoot would either be exerting a ton of pressure over here because it's one base, or over here because it's one base. It's kind of been very passive pressure here. and then you just kind of have like a big group of units. Oh, ooh, the recon lives. The recon dies. Have a little breakthrough going after all of Andy's infantry. Ooh, kill that artillery off. Pretty nice. Ooh, the artillery didn't fire because Eyes does have the Andy super available, so you could like shoot the Neo tank even if you knock it down to 5. You'd probably go down to 6, but Andy would just heal off the damage. The artillery wouldn't be in the place that ForgotToShoot wants it. Izov is not using the super yet. Still holding on to it. It does mean that Izov is going to get overcharged by quite a bit. It's a lot of artillery. That's one of Sensei's go-tos. Because you get all the free cannon fodder. Okay, now they're all moving into the center. They have an actual goal to go after these 2 properties. I like it. You love to see it. ForgotToShoot is up 6k to the double mega tank buy. And then a base skip. I'm assuming the unit count max is 60. Look at that wall of artillery, so beautiful. That's good old Exarch. You like seeing the game's standard high funds global league in the video description? Well, I don't know that either until I open the games. So we're both in the dark there. Okay, a breakthrough over here, potentially. Overload that artillery. I don't like this attack from ForgotToShoot if this is all that happens. I feel like these are just dying. Didn't have to kind of like, I don't think they had to creep quite this far forward. I could be wrong though. Is a giant group of units. I have a feeling that these captures are going to go through. So these attacks from Eyes of are really, really weird. It kind of shows that Eyes of doesn't want to use a super, because you'd never go for these artillery attacks without using the super first. You're just missing out on 20% damage. But that does make it so ForgotToShoot's attack is way better. Yeah, there's a second lab in the corner. Way over here. See, those are things I noticed. I didn't see the comm towers. Just the lab. ForgotToShoot starting to join these infantry together to mitigate this unit count being maxed out. It also gives free money. Okay, back in here, another copter command is used. I might have saved. Oh, it goes up to 65 at least. I don't know if there's. I don't know if it goes even higher. It might go to like 75 for all I know. I might have ended up saving up for the super at this point. Ooh, Eyes does have a pretty nasty attack coming in towards this base with all these mega tanks. At the same time, Of all the sides to start getting overwhelmed, it's the double base side. Got lab priorities, yeah. Okay, here we go. We have Isaac with the Andy super. Not that much healed off. So this is going to be mainly for offensive pressure. Smacking some mega tanks around. And ForgotToShoot won't get any charge out of this, although this is really that devastating attacks. Well, that was just infantry. Okay, all of these artillery actually have a target. Well, not all of them. No, this one. You're gonna see some devastating attacks. The infantry are going in. Try and get that chip damage. Something you would never do as Sonya. It was just roll 0. But of course you can do that as Sensei, because you can just use your normal power or super to get that unit count back up. So we're going to stick to the normal power. I feel like a super was probably gettable there, but that's okay. Take out the artillery. Probably would have gone. I guess this infantry wanted to hit this other infantry. I think I would have gone for the city. We join cap that. All right. Ooh. I probably would have interrupted this capture. The Isaac isn't going to have any charge. Worry too much. I guess there's some mega tank on mega tank hits that can happen, so that will make it so Isaac might be able to just get the super that way. Okay, should infantry get attacked over here? It's not looking like Isaac was anywhere close to the super. Yeah. And Isaac just resigns. GG, completely overwhelmed by the sheer number of units from ForgotToShoot. And the attack coming in over in here at the same time. That was a very interesting game. Isaac ended up holding on to that super for so long. Above Sonya, yeah. I feel like the super had to be used earlier. Especially because it's high funds and you can just kind of get it again. But Sensei proven. Boy, I disconnected for a second there. Hopefully I'm still there for you guys. I don't prioritize patron replays. Although, I might in the future. It'd probably be a reasonable thing to do. Or just have like a patron slot. It's a Mechstorm game. Mechstorm, what are you doing? Yellow comic. How are we gonna have these guys face? Yes, you face to the left. Right? You guys, they're on top of it. I don't know this map. Looks like it's high funds. Sturm versus Max. We have some very close by airports here. I imagine we'll see some pretty nasty recon aggression from Operation Mechstorm. We might not see a single mech. I don't know how much Operation Mechstorm likes mechs as Sturm. Operation Mechstorm's name is too long to fit on the turn interface. It's there. Oh, you mean over here? Yeah, I made it. It made it extra long. Yeah. There we go. Fast recon. It can almost make it here in time to interrupt the base capture. Lionheart has a tank ready. Really awkward to defend against this recon though. Because it can, if you just build an infantry here, recon can move here and hit it. Okay, we're gonna go for the mech. Checks out a fast artillery from Operation Mechstorm. For Sturm, just moves this recon down here. Trying to exert some pressure and slow down captures that way. Tank moves down towards this artillery. Recon comes in for the hit on the mech on the mountain. It will. The mech strikes back. Infantry. It moves here to lock in the recon. This does mean the recon gets to hit this infantry and slow down captures again. So that recon's already paid for itself. Because of course cities give you double income, so delaying captures is double value. Need the Sturm recon emote from the Discord. You know, I will work on getting that done. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys emotes without you guys having to join the YouTube. I haven't set that up, but to become like YouTube members, I think I can make it cost like $1. I haven't looked into it too much. I do have a Discord. I have a little patron Discord. But anyway, Operation Mechstorm going fairly artillery heavy. We have this nice little setup. Lionheart can use this tank to hit this artillery, but can only do so from this tile on the road. So Operation Mechstorm would be able to hit that with an artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this tank would be able to come over and finish it off. So really nicely set up there. Lionheart just backs off with the tank and this copter. And another thing about this map that's good for Sturm is if you're looking over here, it's really awkward. You can see the movement of these vehicles from Max. It gets slowed down going through these double forests, but that's not a problem for Sturm, who just gets to skater right on through. Okay, so both central cities currently going under Sturm's, or at least being threatened to be captured by Sturm. We have a Max recon. Oh, okay. Sturm going in for this first strike on the tank, followed up with an artillery strike and then double block. Or not an artillery, an I guess it is a Sturm anti-air, so it's a little bit harder to take off with like a tank copter strike. Yeah, not even attempted. Okay. The center does go to Operation Mechstorm. I don't know how valuable it is. Currently, it's just a single property. We have some nice some Sturm copter attacks against Max, and blocks off the anti-air from attacking this copter. And not in a full health infantry would kill a Sturm infantry on the plains, because a Sturm infantry on the plains is better than being on a city, since only 10% of the 30% of defense actually scales with health. We do another challenge fight like the war room with flak. That's someone on the copter wise, and we might see some units come in like this copter and a tank or something to sacrifice to stop this comm tower from being captured for Lionheart. Ooh, never mind, the tank just comes down way down here. That's even better. Such is the power of Sturm. Okay, I mean, we might see a max power here. I guess it's or max force. It's not super good, so maybe not. The only thing it really lets is kill like a 7 health copter off. Which doesn't seem really worth it. Although at this rate, we might actually see a Sturm normal power before a max power, which would be absolutely wild. And we get some nice artillery shots off for Sturm. Kill off some tanks. Going for the comm tower denial here. Neo tank, and it's facing down a huge army of copters. Okay, Lionheart's gonna have the max super pretty soon here. It's doing okay on the economic front, although really far behind in unit value. Okay, we do go for a max super. It's a little bit of an expensive one because this copter just dies for this. The Neo tank can come down here. Need to hit this anti-air. The copter and artillery. Ugh. Oh, I don't know about this. Max super. I mean, it does get this property, which is nice. I feel like it didn't quite do enough damage though to make itself worth it. And the base skip too. So I think the meteor hits here. Neo tank plus tank is looking like the most valuable thing. Although there isn't really any spot on this map besides this Neo tank way up here that that Operation Mechstorm can't mess with in terms of moving the magnet. So we might see it get moved down here to interrupt this capture. I guess you can actually move the magnet from this Neo tank because you can send your own tanks up here to move it. And Operation Mechstorm is an avid move planner user, so we'll definitely find any way to move the meteor. And like, yeah, it's being moved to hit this infantry. That's why Operation Mechstorm's not hitting this copter. Never mind, Operation Mechstorm just didn't kill the copter? What? Operation Mechstorm made some sort of error when looking at the move planner somehow. Will I do another challenge fight? I might. I could do another one against Rock Golem if you want. Other people have also done them, so I can ask him for replays in those regards. Unless you specifically wanted to see me fight him. Pretty sure this is a live game, so might not have had time for the move planner. That would make sense. I think this would have worked if Operation Mechstorm did anything over here. Sturm's meteors do damage his own units, yeah. But that was a pretty nasty little mess up. You would love to see me go for a challenge myself? I can. Oh my gosh. This must have been live. I didn't even really... Wait a second. Operation Mechstorm messes up the meteor. Has 31k. Oh, that... Yeah, okay. This must be a live game, and that must have been a run at a time. Because 31k triple base skip is definitely not something the Operation Mechstorm would like to do. In which case, what might have happened is Operation Mechstorm was move planning this, but ran out of time. So Operation Mechstorm is still kind of in the game. I mean, oh, here we go. Has, you know, wait, what happened there? Operation Mechstorm has his turn skipped. Just go, it says Operation Mechstorm and it goes straight back to Lionheart. They both get income. And then Lionheart ends the turn again. I assume? Yeah, and then Operation Mechstorm gets to go again. Okay. Lionheart being a pal. Making sure that you don't get to be max with Eagle Super. This does mean that there's 100k in the bank for Operation Mechstorm. So I imagine we're going to see some big buys. Neo tank, bomber, medium tank. Seems pretty good. Lionheart also going to go with some big buys. And maintain control over this base, it looks like. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no. This anti-air can kill this copter. The base can be freed. Okay. No max power used here, so we're going to get to see a meteor before the next max power. And the nice thing about those turn skips is that does give Operation Mechstorm some more time on the clock. Which is always very helpful. I assume we're going to see a meteor here. We don't. The reason I assume we're going to see a meteor is not really because the meteor is going to do like amazing damage. I mean, it'll do fine. It'll like hit this bomber in this tank, which is... It's decent, but it also gives you the +10/+10 stats, which is really, really good. Because the higher your defense gets, the more effective every point of defense is. So, like a Sturm infantry standing on this missile platform has 50% defense, 30% from the missile platform, 20% from just being Sturm. Which means that the 10% more you add on goes from 50 to 60, which is equivalent to the amount of damage, the amount of hits it takes to kill you is like increasing from 0 to 20. It's like double the effectiveness, or 0 to 20% of a defense increase. I don't know if that made sense. But anyway, basically, the more defense you have, the more impactful every point of defense you get becomes. And that's something that Sturm gets to make use of quite a bit due to having a nice extra 20% defense on it. But we have a nice max super coming in, blowing up a ton of Operation Mechstorm stuff over here. I assume we're going to see... Yeah, this is something you would do after using the super for your +10/+10 stats. Very nice magnet, made by Lionheart. The 6 HP infantry do 0 damage to another 6 HP infantry? If so, I missed that. I'll see if I can find that. Must have been over here. No, it was a 6 to an 8. So 60 to 65% is more impactful than 10 to 25%? No. Not quite. It's close though. Math is weird and you don't trust it. And you take one hit to kill. To double that number of hits to kill, you have to go to all the way to 50%. You have to get 50% extra defense to go to 2 hits to kill. Or, oh, it's not actually quite true. But whatever, we'll just imagine it's like that. But if you want to double that again, and you want to go from 2 hits to kill to 4, no, to add another. Oh, I can't stream and talk about math right now. You'll just have to trust me. Anyway. Okay, Operation Mechstorm now has a lot of pressure on this base because it just got hit by a Sturm super. These are really injured units, but there's nothing actually covering this bomber from being attacked by this fighter, which is a little awkward. Math is like religion. You take 2 numbers and magically get a new number. It's training if you want to teach math someday. Yeah, but I'll be teaching math without having... Like, if I'm teaching math, I'm talking about math. I'm not talking about a game and then bringing math into it. Well, maybe. I don't know. Ooh, okay. So a lot of units didn't get to move here. So Lionheart is now also running low on time, and nothing got built over here. Whoa. It's really bad at the front that has a lot of pressure being put on it. Didn't get to build anything. Operation Mechstorm, no mercy. Although Operation Mechstorm goes for like a... Well, I guess it's only a double base skip. Still pretty painful. Still has managed to deny this comm tower. This lab is falling, but there is another lab, so it's not GG. In fact, I don't think that was really even worth sending the attack to interrupt. Bomber comes in. It's this Neo tank. Now this bomber's going to come down. This is looking really bad for this corner. Lionheart goes for the max blast right away. I don't know. I don't understand why Lionheart is ignoring all these units to go for the lab, like protect the lab. There's another lab. If you don't know, the way the labs work is as long as you own a lab, you're still in the game. You have to lose all of your labs to lose. It's not like an HQ. What up, y'all? You were about to say what content said? Nice reference, Inkagark. Is that what did he use that in History of the World? Or History of the World, I guess? And okay, Operation Mechstorm just resigns? Oh, for some reason this bomber didn't go in range of this base? What? We're only on day 18, so there's still plenty of time. I mean, Lionheart is up by 10k, which is pretty nasty, and there's no fast infantry to make it over here. But I feel like, personally, Operation Mechstorm still has some play because this base is super dead. Right, anti-air, well, if this bomber had gone down, anti-air kills this bomber, and then you have bomber and bomber attacking this base and pinning it. I mean, the time limit could definitely be a huge factor there. The floated 70k is real. Oh, content, we had a floated... classic floating 100k, although that seems to have come from Operation Mechstorm first running at a time and then having the turn skip happen. The turn skip glitch. Okay. Oh, there's two. There we go. Turn skip is usually GG instantly, yeah. Well, the problem the Max Neo would have is that there's a bomber on the airport. So there's nothing you can really do to... This map is called Darkest Hour. I don't know who sent this in, so we'll make you a couple dice. Oh, this is one of Walker's maps. So, Javier has a special trait on this map, and that is that he can just build a battlecopter in range of the missile and come over and kill the missile with battlecopters. Because they'll survive the attack. I don't know if maybe Von Bolt giving them an extra plus 10% firepower makes it so the missile can kill the Javier. Oh, the extra 10% is enough. Okay. Well, that is probably why Exarch is playing Von Bolt then. That means the Night Shadow would have to use a power. It gets hit pretty hard, but then it repairs. And missiles are made out of paper. We'll see how this goes. As you can see, the idea here is that in this case, Cobalt Ice wants to take this comm tower from Yellow Comet, but in order to do that, they would have to delete their missile, which would give Yellow Comet an airport. Wow. Well, I can change it, but this guy's just gonna be a little rebel. He's a little spy. The birds have caught on to him. The reason this happens is because this infantry existed. Oh my gosh, how to say this? I changed Exarch to Yellow Comet, which changed the direction of all of the future units. But the already existing units that were a different country and therefore facing to the left are still facing to the left. The birds are angry about it. Okay. No vehicles built by anyone yet? They're being so kind to each other. They're just relying on infantry. Yeah, I can change it by making them all the units face to the left and then face to the right again. But it doesn't really matter. Very aggressive property capture here. That's the only unit, the only combat unit this base could build that can't interrupt this capture is a mech. Can we give the opposite facing infantry a name? You mean this one? The one for this really aggressive capture? Sure. This is Joel. And then this missile that's doing the same thing can be Frederica. That's Fred. That's true. That's Fred. That's Fred. That's the free. You're right. It is Fred. There we go. Yeah, we got Fred and Frederica. What about this one? Oh, and there's also the black boats. This is Frederica's twin, also named Frederica. Cruel parents. Denying individuality. Rest in peace, Fred. Frederick Thomas Anthony, it's true. There was the bird gave a moment of silence for Fred. The Deco bird gave a moment of silence. Okay. Rest in peace, Fred. Rest in peace, Fred. Exactly. Sorry. I don't know why twins with the same name. I just imagined having students like that. It would be just an absolute nightmare. Anyway. Okay, well, it looks like we're really sticking to this tank composition for Exarch, which does make sense. You wouldn't really want to go into like artillery that much. You can still build them against Javier. You kind of want to just stick to tanks and maybe teching up. Yeah. None of the Von Bolt infantry going for the comm tower. That's true. Night Shadow could delete the missile and go for a double comm tower, which I imagine we'll see because, let's be real, Javier with double comm tower is worth more than an airport for the opponent. So that's pretty devastating that there isn't an infantry here to interrupt this capture. But at the same time, Bumble can try and go for this. Comm tower away from Javier. Maybe. So the Night Shadow is really close to getting that normal power. And when the normal power is acquired, then a copter will just get built. And it will not care at all about the missile. It's a huge amount of defense. Ooh, we have the rocket. Okay, I probably wouldn't have gone for the rocket investment. I would have just waited till I have my normal power and use a copter to clear this. But the rocket can move down to this. I guess it can do it from the planes to clear this. Although there's also already an artillery coming over, so I guess the rocket might just have plans more towards the center of the map. It is a very strong comm tower lock. Exarch is going for a lot of captures though, which is very nice. Safe from being attacked. Do see the tower shield though. Capture. It's very embarrassing. Just losing one is embarrassing. Rocket isn't going for the lock, it's true. Ooh. Nice, embarrassing. To lose your comm tower as Javier. I'm surprised there hasn't been any effort to go for this. Also, the Night Shadow used the power and didn't build a copter. No! Oh no. Oh, I guess it's fine. Twins aren't quite reunited in heaven. It's still there. And Night Shadow goes for this capture. Night Shadow is actually ahead in income despite losing this city. The missile does get to shoot at the copter. Knock it down to 6, it'll heal up to 8. No problem. Night Shadow does interrupt this capture. Night Shadow is really far ahead in unit value here. The artillery does have this comm tower nicely locked. Oh no. Okay, we have the anti-air built. But if this copter... Basically, if this copter just kills this 5 health infantry, this infantry blocks the anti-air from killing the copter, which means that it has to move. Which means, because it moves, it can't interrupt the comm tower capture. So Exarch can just take the comm tower next turn, assuming this can kill a 5 health infantry or knock it down to 1. Never mind, the copter moved, So now this infantry can interrupt this comm tower. A little dubious of a choice. Okay. Well, the Night Shadow does have some nice, has this nice 2k income lead, although it is going to lose this city, it looks like, but also gets to take this city. So comm tower. Okay, can keep capturing. Only gets 1 damage through. That's the power of defense on defense. So right now Javier has plus 50 stats. So this was an 80% defense attack. In classic, you attack from a city, they're on planes, you do 2 damage and then take 4. Good old strong stats. Anti-air does 2 damage to an infantry. No super used. Okay. I'm surprised the super wasn't used. I think it even hits... Oh no, it hits here, I guess. No, it doesn't. These guys aren't close enough together. I think it hits right here, doesn't it? Tank. 17. And this is 8. Or what am I saying? 17. This is 7k. This is 8k. No, it doesn't make it. It's only 15. The medium tank is thwarting everything. Well, you can't get 2 copters worth down here. The medium tank is enough. These guys are all out of each other's range. Okay. We might see a copter sacrifice itself to get this comm tower. It'll be really tragic because there could have been 1 copter sacrifice to get the comm tower, but in this case it'll have to be 2. The Night Shadow could have just built a rocket here to hold this. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't, considering they have a rocket here. Okay, there's a lot of copters over here. Now comes the Ex Machina. Pop. Infantry and double copter. So, I don't know if that's what Exarch really wanted to hit. I would imagine not. Because this guy could have just killed one of these copters, in which case doing so would have been the thing to do. Oh, you can't reach here. You can't kill this tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, down to 1. Okay. A little bit weak of a bomb bolt. Super? I think killing off copter, making it land pretty much anywhere else would have been better. Having it land here would have been really nice. Stun the rocket. Force this central base to base skip. K is very painful. To be sure. Ooh, we have an infantry walking over here to this comm tower. There's lots of ways for the Night Shadow to prevent this, but they did miss the rocket over here, so fine. Tower shield. They can still just build a copter to protect it. Okay, a stealth also works. Okay. so many infantry walking over here. But this copter can just slide over and protect the comm tower. Like so. Stealth was like, I think, the most expensive way to defend this comm tower. There were so many. Are you guys having a lot of frame drops, by the way? Oh, you guys are having a ton of them. I'm sorry about that. Just grin and bear it. Well, the stream's almost over. I think what happened was the internet needed a reset. And target internet is what it is. Exactly. Okay. So the Night Shadow will be able to prevent this comm tower capture with the very expensive choice of building a stealth. And he goes, hits the infantry. Some almost cult-like sacrifice happening here. We might see a missile built by the Night Shadow to clear this the copter off of the comm tower. Nope. Fred is taking revenge from heaven. Exactly. Still have a 7k income gap. The Night Shadow is looking very happy. The copter is being bullied by penguins. What? Oh, this copter can 1, 2, 3. The copter can still reach. Okay. Stealth does slide on up here. Central area gets cleared out. Lots of captures going down for the Night Shadow. Still no missile built. The bullying is still continuing. As they desperately, as all the penguins wait for this copter to step off of the comm tower. Okay. There hasn't been a fighter built or saved up for, so this stealth is going to be completely uncontested. And uncontested stealths are very good. There's a lot of money invested by the Exarch here to protect this comm tower. Base ends up going, well, not going down, but getting targeted. Blocked? Just blocked. We're now at a 9k advantage. We have an anti-air built here. This looks super GG. Yeah, the Exarch resigns. Did manage to get this comm tower back though, which is very impressive. Copters vs. Penguins Part 2. Rest in peace. Well, I'm sorry about the frame drops that plagued the stream. Looks like there was like a ton of them constantly. And next time I'll be sure to reset the internet just to be safe. But GG. Well played. I feel like both players kind of missed some some juicy opportunities to either steal comm towers or go for some really nice plays. But overall, it worked out, and we did get to see some double comm tower Javier play, which is not something you get to see very often. So GG. I hope you enjoyed, and have an apple for the end of the stream. Decubird's very excited. Thanks for watching. Yeah, next stream will be smoother, don't worry.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his